1991. A new decade was in full swing. Operation Desert Storm prompted Kuwait's liberation efforts under the presidential command of George Bush Sr. The dissolution of the Soviet Union put Russia on the map and marked the end of the Cold War. The web browser was invented, and with one small step forward in technology, the internet brought the world much closer together. And in 1991, Space Camp brought 13-year-old Ed Van Cise of Bay City, Michigan, much closer to his dream. The stars had never seemed too out of reach for young Ed. He knew even before he could walk that his dreams lie among those stars. Ed knew that he was meant to fulfill a much bigger role in life. It was only a matter of time before he grew into it. The passion for space was always there, and working for NASA was a dream well worth chasing. In the summer of '91, Ed's first trip to Space Camp as a Space Academy Level 1 trainee was an opportunity for Ed to see exactly what he thought and felt about the whole space experience. And sure enough, that 1 week at camp took him from wanting to work at NASA to wanting to work at NASA and focusing on human spaceflight. One of the most pivotal moments in Ed's life and his most crystal clear memory of camp was sitting underneath the Pathfinder shuttle listening to Apollo 16 moonwalker Charlie Duke speak about his aerospace experiences. Charlie Duke had opened Ed's eyes to a whole new world of possibilities with the mention of a thing called aerospace engineering.
Hello, Ed. This is astronaut Charlie Duke. To know that at least one was positively influenced is a very meaningful thing for me. I'm glad that our efforts as astronauts in our days when we went to go speak to young kids and that it was a positive influence. It makes me feel really good. And I want to be one of the first to congratulate you on your induction into the Space Camp Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Having influences like Charlie Duke and high school teacher Steve Zeal made a huge difference in Ed's educational career. What they shared stuck, and Ed still believes in that same philosophy. It's not all about a love for math and science, but why you love those subjects. With his interest peaked and his mind on a more focused track, Ed returned to Space Camp for a second time in 1993 as a Level 2 participant. After displaying such an extraordinary level of leadership as shuttle commander of one of his team's short missions, Ed was encouraged to try out a role as flight director. After the high he had just experienced as a crew member, surely nothing could be as exciting. But being the team player that he was, Ed reluctantly agreed. And well, the rest is history. The 6 hours that Ed spent as flight director for his team's long-duration mission was an event that ultimately changed the course of his life. Space Camp saw something special in him, and they recognized that he indeed had the right stuff. And at the close of Ed's second Space Camp experience, he was one of 2 trainees to receive the prestigious Right Stuff Award. Being flight director gave Ed a much clearer perspective of mission control operations and reaffirmed all that he had learned and taken in over the past few years. Ed now knew exactly what he wanted to do when he grew up. Ed went on to earn his bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering at the University of Michigan, co-op in mission control at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, and through 10 years of hard work, made his way up to become the 78th NASA flight director. So it is with great pride and pleasure that we welcome Ed Van Cise back home and into the Space Camp Hall of Fame.